I have 15 unread series. Hi guys, welcome back or to my channel if you have been here before. Today I just wanted to go through all of the series that I have started and not finished. I have posted a video similar to this over on my TikTok and my Instagram, but I wanted to go into a little bit more depth here. I have 15 unread series. That's not a problem. I wrote them all down here in this notebook and I'm going to go through all of them with you. So I'm going to start with the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. I have read 2 of the books in this series and I have 3 of the special editions. I have read Hooked and I have read Crossed, which I have heard are the best 2 in the series. But according to Goodreads, they actually have the 2 lowest average star ratings. So am I missing out there? I really enjoyed Hooked. I thought it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I've heard really good things about the rest of them, specifically Scarred. I've heard a lot of really good things about Scarred. But surprisingly, Hexed has the highest average star rating, which is a 4.16 over on Goodreads. So I don't know. I do really want to continue them, but let me know what order I should read them in, as well as if it's worth continuing in general. Next is a fan favorite, and that is Boys of Tommen. I am continuing this, there's no doubt about that. I'm halfway through the second book. I still have not picked it up since I finished the first audiobook, but I promise I will get through it. But yeah, without a doubt, I will be finishing this series, no questions, and I'm really excited for all of them. I'm enjoying Keeping 13 a lot more than Binding 13. Next is Spit and Swallow, so Kiss of the Basilisk and Between Two Kings, with a 3rd book coming out soon, I think, which is Kneel Before Me. I have only heard good things. One of my really good friends has finished Between Two Kings and she has been begging me to read it. She even bought it for me. It's like right there, I think. But I really need to get into this. I'm pretty sure I have the audiobook for book 2, so I don't know why I haven't. So I don't need convincing on this. I am going to finish it. I just haven't for some reason. Tem really pissed me off in this book. But it is what it is. I need to meet Apollo. From what I've heard, Apollo is the so I need to read about him. Next one is Book of Azriel. I have heard mixed things about the rest of this series. I've heard that it gets a lot better, but I've also heard iffy things. I don't always go off of Goodreads ratings, by the way. I like to make my own decisions when it comes to my opinions on books, but according to the average Goodreads ratings, they only go up from here. There are 4 books out, with the 5th one being announced but still unreleased, and then I think it's going to finish on 6 books. I have the first 3. I've read the first 1, and I have the second one on audio. I just haven't read it yet. Simply put. But I really need to continue this. Let me know if you think it's worth continuing. The next one is The Salacious Players Club by Sarah Kate. I absolutely adored both of these. Now, the only reason I haven't picked up the 3rd book was because I was running out and I had no red tabs. When it comes to my book tabs, I need them to match the cover. So that's why I put off reading Give Me More, and I just haven't really felt like picking it up, but I really want to because I want to complete the series because I want to get to the Legacy series. I've had to go answer the door, so I kind of forgot where I was at, but either way, I really want to read the Salacious Legacy series, but I don't want to start that series until I've completed this one. The Legacy book for Eyes on Me came out recently. It's called The Rule of 3, and I desperately need to read it. But yeah. So tell me, are all of the books good? Are they worth it? Thank you. The next series is the Dream Harbour series. I have the special edition of the Pumpkin Spice Cafe here. I have read the first 2 books, so the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and I'm about 40% through the Christmas Tree Farm. I got into a bit of a slump over Christmas when I was reading the Christmas Tree Farm, so I haven't finished that book yet, but if it's worth it, let me know. The Christmas Tree Farm, it's kind of like dragging, at least from how I remember it. But I've heard really good things about the rest of them, and I've heard that like the series just gets better as you keep going. Obviously they're interconnected standalones, but I really want to continue it. I just haven't had the motivation to. So if you can convince me to move up on my TBR, I would greatly appreciate it. The next one is Lucky Hit, which is book 1 in the Swift Hat Trick trilogy. I absolutely adored this book. I read this ages ago, and I just didn't continue it for no reason, by the way. I just didn't read it. At that point I was using a TBR jar and never picked up this one, because the next book I picked up was Icebreaker, and if anyone knows me, I hate Icebreaker. It put me into over a month long slump. It was horrible. I hated it. Point blank, you will never hear me say one good thing about that book. But I recently read After Hours by Hannah Cohen, and I loved that book so much. So maybe I need to keep picking up more Hannah Cohen, because I loved this. Okay, maybe you don't have to convince me about this one. The next series is Dark Olympus by Katie Robert. This was one of the first books I read when I got back into reading, like 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And I loved this so much. The only thing that intimidates me about this is the series is so big, and for why? But I do really want to read it. I do have, you can kind of see it there, I do have Radiant Sin, but I just haven't wanted to pick it up. Simply put, I don't even know who the next book is about, but if you think it's worth it, let me know. I haven't really heard anyone talk about this series outside of Neon Gods, because I know that Neon Gods was so hyped up and I loved it, but like I looked at the average Goodreads ratings and the series as a whole seems kind of all over the place. I think it depends on if you resonate with the gods and goddesses that are the focus of the book or not, but let me know if I should continue this one or if it's worth just DNFing the series. The next one is the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I own the whole series. I really enjoyed this one. This is the only cowboy book I've ever read. I have not read Elsie Silver, which I know is going to ruffle some feathers, but this is the only cowboy romance I've read and I really enjoyed it. They're really skinny. I don't know why I haven't picked them up, but if you can convince me, if there's something that if I'm really missing out by not reading this series, please let me know. It is in my TBR jar, but that is beside the point. I really want to get through this. I just don't have any motivation to do it. I really love both of these characters though. I don't know. I think all the books are really cute. I love the fact that on the covers, the time of day represents a significant moment in the story for the two characters. I love the art style so much. I just don't know. I have no excuse. But I did really enjoy this one. This next one, I saw this on TikTok for so long. I'm pretty sure I saw it when it was like an indie book. And then I was in a Big W and I saw that it was traditionally published. And it just brought it right back to the forefront of my mind again. And that's Ruthless Creatures. I loved this book. I made a few TikToks about it. I really enjoyed it. And then my friend Lily, she sent me the second book, Carnal Urges. And I just haven't read it. I actually don't know what my problem is. I start them and I really enjoy them and then I just don't finish them and I don't know why. I have no excuse. I really enjoyed this book. I've heard that the series only gets better, so if you agree with that, please let me know down in the comments. Please, because I think I'm going to start this series again soon. Not restart it, obviously I'm not rereading this, but I think I might pick this back up again soon. I'm not sure. The next series that I have is the Shatter Me series. I absolutely adore these books so much. I've read the first 3 books and the 2 novellas that come in between those. 2 novellas? Yes, the 2 novellas that come in between that, and I adored them so much. But I think what got stuck in my head was the fact that people say that you don't have to read the second trilogy. I want to anyway, but I think that kind of put it in my head that I could take a break. And because I wanted to take a break, I just didn't pick them back up. But I really want to read the new series, whatever series this one is, the New Republic, I think that's what it's called. I really want to read this series so bad, but I just haven't, because I can't read this without reading the rest of them. You can't see them, but the rest of them. I do also have the special edition of Watch Me, because I love the series so much. I have 3 separate copies of Shatter Me, like the first book. I love this series so much. This next one is also a crowd favorite, and that is Zodiac Academy. I read this one last year, I think. I cannot really remember anything that happens, so I'm gonna have to read like a summary or something of it, because I'm not rereading it. I've just I've heard mixed things about this book yet again, and I don't know, am I missing out by not reading it? Am I missing out? Please tell me. I also have these covers, and I know that these covers are phased out, so I don't know whether I want to like sell these and then get the new ones, because I know that, yeah, these are like, you can't get the brick anymore. It's all like the metallic shades thing. So let me know if this is worth it. The next series is Crimson Sails by Katie Robert. Once again, another Katie Robert book. This one I read, I really enjoyed it. It was about pirates and I loved it. And I waited for the second book to have this matching cover before I started reading it, because at this point I didn't have my Kindle. And my god, do I regret that, because it has taken me so long. I low-key lost some motivation to continue this series, but they're not big books. So I also haven't heard like practically nothing about these, except once again, according to the Goodreads ratings, it only gets better. So if you've read these, let me know if you enjoyed the other ones, and maybe I'll pick them up. Next series is the Fallaway series by Penelope Douglas. I have read Bully. I really enjoyed this book. I love a good bully romance. I'm not even gonna lie, I really enjoyed bully romance. And someone told me that the second book is this first book, but from the guy's perspective. And I think that's what made me like lose motivation to read it. But I'm actually a lot more interested in that now than I was. I love Penelope Douglas's writing. I actually haven't read that many of her books now that I think about it, but I really enjoyed this one. And I really want to read this series. I don't know what it's called, but I know that they're like interconnected series. So I feel like I need to read this before I read those. And I've read Punk 57 as well. But talk me into reading this series, please. This next series is also a big one, and it is incomplete, and that is the Royals of Forsyth University series. I have read the first 3 books and the novella, and I loved it. I love them so much, and I don't know if I want to read the other ones. I know that you don't have to, but I really enjoy the writing of the first 3 books. I know that I think it's Samantha Rue isn't a part of it anymore, and I've heard that the books kind of like dropped off once she left, but I'm not too sure. I still really enjoyed this, so let me know if the other ones about like the princes, the dukes, and the barons are worth reading as well, please. And those are all 15 book series that I have read and have not finished, or 15 books that I've started and not finished. So let me know if there are any of your personal favorites in here, if I should read them, if there's any series I shouldn't read and like shouldn't waste my time on. When it comes to Zodiac Academy, I will not be reading all of these other series intermingled. I'm not doing that. I will read one series. If I like it, I'll read another, but I'm not intermingling them all. If I don't want to read anything after I read that series, I'm done. So yeah, let me know. Have a lovely day, and I will see you next Sunday. Mwah. Bye.